in three, and we are in. We say for Facebook for your chat set obia ho ye de. And come away next senka ye din enra. You've seen me trying to catch up on enra and komoni nyinara. Welcome. If you happen to be here, say something, do something. I'm taking just a minute to shoot the video to my personal profile and a few other places, and then we can actually kick into the conversation. I have a guest. I will introduce my guest in a minute. In the meantime, you will just have to remain curious until say they do points I'm a person mean to introducing my guest. Akwaba. Okay, I've seen the video. And I've seen one or two people pop up. Say hello, hi. Throw a leaf, do something, let me know, say you are here. And then we can talk. Me chacha munyina me mamu adjo enyado me mamu akwaba program no so. If you have any groups, baby Ghana for will be able to meet the two homamia, you'll be doing me a huge favor. Question ebisame. I have tried to answer you personally, but Charlie, this personal business. Hey, Peggy Margaret, me who watch it. It's good to see you. It's really good to see you. Victor, good evening. Oh, a sweet papa sister. I've brought a sweet papa sister. You have to be very good tonight. What I say, best behavior only. Okay. Be very nice to my guests. It's really exciting. Nasa to say Akwaba. Adom Victor. Really nice to see you, sis. Very good to see you, sis. And next title, no, so we're here, yeah, my own COVID nsensem. Just to keep it straightforward. Yeah, but discussing the lifting of the ban. Me pese minya a few people's opinion on first what we thought of the ban itself. I think that the ban revealed a lot of things that are not very pleasant about young Ghana for Yusubang. Hello, Abby. It's saying, Hannah, Maju, Ajibilio screen. It's saying, Michachiamo. I think said the ban has exposed indiscipline and a few other issues, lack of respect for authority. It became quite apparent in the ban. I think that some of us just pretend that these problems don't exist. We can't pretend long. It comes back after a while. Let's talk. So you can see on my screen a lovely sister of mine. Her name is Ethel. Ethel is my sister. Now, I want to discuss this topic with sisters and brothers in diverse places. Opinion. And then once we know the general opinion, we can talk some more. So sis, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Mama.
Good stuff. And Ashley is here, pledging best behavior. Oh, she's not even pledging best behavior. I'll see if only best behavior there she's respecting and leaving Boko. You better stay there. Don't you dare. Ethel, what did you think of the COVID response generally and specifically in respect to the lockdown? What did you think?
The lockdown in Ghana, you mean?
In Ghana, aye.
When it first happened, in communication with my parents, and I was just telling them that this is what's happening where I live, Metikata, at the moment. So you guys should really take it seriously. But the general consensus was it's just 2 cases. And then it just started rising and rising. But me, a careful say, my mindset is really not like them. And where I live, things are not the same. Like the job I've got or the standard of living is different. And if you're trying to explain something, you've got to be really careful the way you put it across. But it's the general, for me, no, it was more of like introspective, like how clean is my house? How are they taking their time to do things? So it was almost like slowing down to do things properly.
Yeah.
And I communicated that to my parents and stuff. And then came the lockdown. And funny enough, I'll keep communicating with you, and where you are seem to be one step ahead of where we are.
Yeah.
So I was having the mindset say, okay, this is great. It's going to give me a time to slow down and really take my time to do things, because we're always running up and down.
Yeah.
But people spoke to them and they were still having the same blasé response.
Yeah.
And then until Yempo and Kwalano, they finished on the 9th of March, and I finished it 2 days later. But a day after that, they started the online learning. So I just had to get on with it.
Yeah.
Until Ghana places, like, one thing I've noticed, people keep sharing stuff. Anything they see, they keep sharing.
Oh,
Even if
Lord.
it's not beneficial, they keep sharing. I said, is there anything positive in it? What are you using with the information you've got? So then so I was really glad when the president said, okay, we're going to have a partial lockdown. It's almost like, I'm giving you a chance to be responsible. Let's see what you can do with it, But Ghana is different from Baby Ami one. So some people genuinely didn't have food and stuff, but people just automatically went to the I'm bored stage rather than slowing down and then taking their time to do things. And I think the way things were going, people were still doing whatever they wanted to do. So I felt, President, he didn't have any choice but to let them go and see what happens. Because, I don't think they're listening.
No, I mean, to me, I thought that the lockdown itself was not being respected, but that or lifted lockdown, it became quite apparent how ignorant the majority of us are, how unaware we are of the danger looming, how unconcerned many people are, even if they've seen the videos. And I mean, Ghana for sure, and I say, Mimi say, of all the places people watch me, apart from Europe, the second largest group of people who watch me live in Ghana. And I've been banging on about this for a while. So I can't for 1 minute think that everybody in Ghana does not know what is happening with the COVID worldwide. I think majority, well, a lot of people, enough people know. Hello, Bina, sis, saying Akwaba. But yeah, the day he lifted, I think the minute he announced the lifting of the ban, there was this particular video of a lot of young boys, no, my you saw that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
They had
so then
and they were dancing. I'm looking at these guys like, you people did not understand. I mean, basically what Nana did was on your head made rest. That's what he did.
Yes.
But
and
I don't think
that.
Okay, so go on.
During that time, there were issues in Kumasi, like people gathering round. There was something in Accra where the priests, they said they were performing rites and stuff. They were all out in the streets. And I feel, some people think it's a distance thing. I don't really think, they believe that, it will spread or it's that close. Even though they've heard of people dying, they're not really taking it seriously. That's what it is.
We have actually been lucky. There is something unique about your Ghanaian experience. I know the 1,042 cases was a big shock for a lot of people. But I think that even that 1,046, considering how many people have been tested, is quite low. And if you follow contact tracing patterns, those 1,000 were almost all imported. We are not having a lot of lateral transmissions. And that's one of the greatest things for us as a group of people. That's one of the luckiest things for us. Because if it was doing the lateral transmission the way it was in the colder places, in some of these other countries, and how it has spread, and we will be talking something worse than Ecuador at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, I look at Ecuador and I try to think, if anything similar should happen, like that's what Ghana would look like. But God forbid, it may not happen. But I think some way idea really, the way like the president kept informing us, and I think there should have been more communication in the other regions, in other local languages, so people really understand what was going on.
Do you think people haven't heard it in the local languages?
They have, but they don't really, I don't think they really think it's that bad. Honestly, I don't think
there's a mental illness view. There's a mental illness be linked in with blocking what you see and hear and pretending it does not exist. And there's an awful lot of it amongst us. We know. We've heard.
I think it's to do with discipline as well. And if you're disciplined, you're disciplined. Like even here where the cases are low, because my country is quite small, I feel like I'm going overboard, but I'm actually seeing my own like level of discipline and my kids as well. They get to play more, they understand more, you're communicating more, the schools are doing well, but it's all to do with discipline and actually looking at this time as an opportunity to do something for yourself and change your situation. I've been in a few courses and they're thinking of how to like even implement a whole curriculum online and stuff. Like people are thinking ahead. People are putting ideas together, people are collaborating. So it's more of when I went in the lockdown, what did I really learn? A lot of people ask them, what did I learn? I don't think people learned anything.
You are asking for learning. This response in preference to crying, because sometimes you just want to cry. I've been banging on about this for a long time. I got a job on Thursday. I told you guys I interviewed on Thursday.
Yeah.
It was one of those funny things, which is the story of my life. I applied for something, and then when you talk, people realize, oh, no, that job is not even for you. We will give you this one. I got one of those things on Thursday. So I actually got not applied for, not even what I interviewed for, but I got a job. And I got a job 2 months after being in confinement. I got a job. And I've been saying to people since I actually made a video on it and we got talking. Let me be thankful for what the time needing. What if you to enhance yourself? I keep saying this, and a lot of you will go back to work and you find, say, your jobs don't exist anymore. Your jobs don't exist anymore. Or even if it exists, the terms and conditions would have changed so significantly. In order to be able to survive where you are. Thank you, Sister Linda. That's it. And then maybe someone says, so what are the terms and conditions? Something we'll figure it all out. So exciting. But yeah, I got offered the job. They interviewed me and they said this week, maybe from about Wednesday, so maybe I'm baby. Just before 3:30, my phone rang, picked up, and then I heard it was my principal's voice. I'm like, hey, what are you doing on my phone? She says, you are crazy. Well, I'm on your phone to speak to you about interview now. And I'm like, you told me not to expect a phone call back. Was it that bad? I said, no, not really. When we spoke to you and listened to you, we realized that there was a gap elsewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe we should modify. So we've decided to modify and we've decided to offer this role. So yeah, I'm just saying these things, not necessarily, it's a personal thing for me, but I'm hoping. So when we share some of these personal things, it will galvanize more of young Crawford into action. Abby, I'll say, you think education concerning this pandemic is not enough. Like you said, the Abrofosem used to educate Ghanaians. They be an idiom moi. They be. Nana Kasa wa left a ban, they say, yes, I you can tree. Because the Yana said Nana say Yari any new Yasibim. That's what they heard. People didn't hear so was so I left a ban by Yariane Dasu. People heard said Yariano Ebini Ganabim. That is what people mentally heard. People are still going about their business, they are in direct contact with people. And I'm still wondering, say, Charlie, do you even think like President Onimu? That will be why you better watching, and he would not even hear. So, what you say?
Who my cousin BBB to Facebook or say just because the ark has been opened doesn't mean it's raining. And then someone else came back and said that when the ark docked, the rain stopped. They sent the dove to go and check it out. Nadian, this is the time for you to stop. And if it really matters to you, you're thinking, I survived the 2 weeks. No, I'm not going to go outside. But people are not thinking that way.
We are talking about me. I was in first week of March. We were in a week before you guys. And when we came in, the first maybe month, the first 4 weeks, it was actually free for all. You could go to the mall, you could go to the beach. And the first 2 weeks for us actually was a holiday. OTAC. They gave us 2 weeks. We were not even straight on online learning. We had 2 weeks to prepare and get ready mentally, logistically, before the online learning thing started. But since the 5th of March, my kids have not left my yard. Since the 5th.
Fine. And they are fine.
Have not left my yard because we sat down, we had a conversation about it. We realized that when there's enough space within this house for them to move about, almost for interacting, it can be done virtually and they still get the same engagement with their friends. They can still laugh and giggle about things. They are not physically with each other, but they can still interact. They go to school. The model we currently have in their school is online learning. The teachers log in and they teach live and they see each other. Everything else is normal. The one thing which is not normal is the virus outside. And because it's a who else has been where?
Yeah.
Talking to them 3 days ago, and I'm saying, should we go for a drive? Because we will be in the car. As someone will be saying, what for? What for? What you say? Like, should we go for a drive? We could actually move about here. Why would we take that risk? And for what gain? And that day, I realized that what needed to be explained to them has been done adequately. They finally work it out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, lockdown. They stay quiet for an hour. Practice, even for the younger one, because of school baby one. It's all about discipline, I think. If you don't really have anything doing outside that, why are you going outside?
Irene, self-discipline. It really is. And it's not from 8 o'clock p.m. till 6 a.m. And as I say, curfew, that's what. Apart from that period, if you really wanted to go out and about, I don't think people will really disturb your peace. But am I going out and about? Not really. Because I really understand why this is in place. I know the government will try and do their best for you, but it's still each one for himself.
Yes.
And
I also feel that those left now, like those delivering packages and those in the supermarket, they are even more at risk.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're going and meeting these people, some of the postman came to my door. I had to show my ID, but after that, me say onja package and then I'll pick it up later. And then it looks crazy, but
and the bank brought me a replacement card. Now, when the guy arrived, you should have seen myself and the kids. Arming myself with a mask and gloves and whatever. And then package external bin package and I had my sanitizer wipes. And I was wiping the card and everything else. The guy looked at me and shook his head. And I'm like, I don't know where you've been.
And we don't understand cross-contamination. We don't understand the process. We're touching stuff. We don't really understand the whole process. That's the thing.
One thing said there's a lot of terrible things in this world. We think the world is good. And we think, we think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's the general Ghanaian thing. We think we will be fine. So let's push from that side and start delving into the lifting of the ban. Why do you think the ban was actually lifted when it was?
I think the president felt that if he had done a total lockdown, it won't serve the people.
No, did the party not serve anything?
I don't think so. I feel numbers now have been contained, but I feel if he had done a total lockdown, people would have started revolting, just like in other countries.
And that make indiscipline. We've gone to total lockdown here. We've had episodes still. The malls and everything are shut. Still for almost a month, from 8 p.m. till whatever. When the text message comes, they give us a 30-minute reminder. And it's like an alarm on your text message. Boom, boom, boom. And when you hear that, nobody goes anywhere. You don't even think about it. People from 5 o'clock, when you interact with people are actually already winding down, looking to go back in. Nobody wants to be caught anywhere near public places at that period. Again, it is discipline and it is respect for people just respect what is required of them. People just respect the guidance they are given. And I don't think saying as a group of people, we actually understand the word respect.
Yeah. Because even when there was the partial one, they said some people went outside to check to see if other people were indoors.
And I said there was this guy on Adum, I think say Adum TV, or say, me but na soja for no wo na me dada wo mo se me kotadro. Ne se wo ko so me behwe de ekoso ha.
And Omaya filming also doing that. I mean,
oh yes, he was filmed doing it.
It's just
He was filmed. He was filmed.
Yeah. And we're nosy people as well. Yeah, you're nosy. We don't understand. We don't understand what is. Yeah. It's almost like me trying to get my kids indoors and then them fighting me, wanting to go outside, and them throwing a tantrum and just physically leaving. They actually understand why they're indoors. And then it will serve them. And then if we're allowed outside, it's going to be better because most people would have been better. Like there'll be no cases at that point. One good thing I heard, though, he said he's going to be doing some testing. So that's something positive. But I don't know the sort of
containment, is nothing to do with Ghanaians respecting the lockdown. The containment is a stroke of luck. We don't have the conditions which seem to work with this virus in spreading laterally. If you were doing that lateral transmission, happened is just a stroke of luck. And I left it ban, because a lot of people did not hear what he said. Yes, monko ye lockdown. Most monko. I say yes, yes what, and also some say premature. I really what he said the day and what most people didn't get. He cited the research from Noguchi and the research institutions, and what he basically said, he said, it is not spreading within the environment. We still need to maybe that behavior might not continue, but at the moment, it is not spreading. And for that reason, and the fact that Ghana fosu say and also this lifting of the lockdown is an economic strategy. Remember, say MPP for we only economists.
Yeah.
Remember, so these guys are all about taking advantage of economic recovery programs. And if you ever are interested in reviving your economy, this is the time to do it when the US dollar is the most vulnerable. Because
there are no imports coming into the country as well. So you'll be
forced. Vulnerable. If they were to find ways of making more of what we need internally, to train people to accept those products whilst there is no competition, it would be great for the economy. And that's one of the reasons why they have lifted it is.
I think so.
Electoral register. And I was saying to this guy, listen, really, I don't think for these guys an electoral register is the priority right now. I don't think so. I think that it is economic gains. If anything, they are actually doing what goes contrary to what the West want. The US, the Western countries want us also indoors. They don't want us to be trading. They don't want us to be doing anything recovery-wise. They want us also to be where they are, so that when we come out of this one, we are still where they left us. And this is a strategic move because this could actually move us closer to where these guys are.
So then we can do that, but then let's just urge people to put on masks and gloves, like just protect yourself whilst you're doing it.
Why their gloves? They wouldn't do it a mask. This is everyday common sense.
Yeah.
To me, that would be common sense.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe you don't want this mask nonsense. No problem. I get you. I feel you. I dig you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I saw a video, and I saw another one today, and none of our people is interested in any of those things. Even the big government people who have the mask have it here. They've taken the mask off and they are chatting.
I know what they're talking, yeah. So that defies the purpose.
I scream. Yeah, until that one, they have it on their chin.
Yeah.
They have the mask here. And they are right here talking to people. And I'm like, ignorance really also transcends all barriers.
I think someone said they are not audible enough. They can't hear them, but that's defying the purpose.
Audibility versus survival. I don't know. I don't know which one is a priority here. Audibility is such an important thing right now.
Now, supermarkets, no quad, they keep on the tunnel, keep reminding you, say, keep a distance, because some of them, they don't know. It will so be by now, the other out from the other side. People don't genuinely, some people don't know. You get to the end of the till and someone wants to pack your stuff. I said, no, just leave it. I'll do it myself. I'll do it and then I'll come across.
I've gone to the supermarket. It's funny. Because supermarket now, well, who said it? I always have my mask on. Yeah. I have my glove. I have my sanitizer. And I have my bleach in the car. I wipe everything. When I get home, plastic bag, look, I don't bring it home. I leave all the things outside on the porch and then I bin the plastic bags. And then I get cloth and dip it in bleach and I wipe whatever I can wipe. And then
my whole house bleach the floors.
Actually, for maybe 6 weeks. I mean, you use perfume because I have the bleach smell. I smell like a friend said, surgical ward. But I don't care. I would much rather smell like a surgical ward and be alive to tell the story than to wait. Abigail said, my mind is going off bound. You give up. There's no way we can fathom around the way some Ghanaians act. We just pray so we continue to remain lucky. What you say? We pray that we continue to remain lucky. Because if we don't continue to remain lucky, then we do have a problem. Mark, my whole way to say, bless this is a Otumfo doesn't need our vote. Ghana for wedding to do. That's the thing. Ghana for your wedding. President, it's good. But to me, said Ghanaians were also becoming something else under the lockdown. A lot of Ghanaians were beginning to shift towards the give me mentality, and that really did frustrate me.
Yeah.
We're beginning to expect. I think people thought it was the global freebie day. You see, everything was made free.
And they were not being grateful as well.
No. And the president says, electricity in water would have gone back to normal.
Yeah, but when they finish, they're going to spread the cost. They have to spread the cost somewhere.
That's what people wanted in the first place anyway. You know.
Yeah.
They want to return to work. If you return to work, why is anybody paying your bills when you return to work? Really? Like why?
Yeah.
The reason why some of these were given is because economic activity had been interrupted and people might not be able to afford. But if you return to normal, call a shop. Oh yeah, they're not. They be away to feed that. Why is anybody giving you an incentive anymore? But it's interesting. I'm really keen to know. So no free dinner anyway. Exactly, answer that one. So in Qatar, freebies are here diamamo so far.
Oh yeah, my bibia. Those who nothing. If you're working, just the same. But like workers, those construction workers, because of a welcome. Supermarkets say they're given to them free near there. And then their quarantine facilities are top notch, like very good. But they're not giving anybody no freebie.
No. They're not paying your electricity bill for you because it's COVID-19.
No.
They are not giving you money. Yeah, man, with $2,500.
Yeah, you need to sort out yourself.
They haven't brought you shopping.
No shopping. Nothing. Zero.
I think that question was have it.
Actually, if you are indoors, your electricity bills and stuff is going to go up. But you're not traveling. You're not using transport and stuff. So you can adjust the money somewhere. Some people are just online shopping, buying unnecessary things because they want to do something. And also it's something that you need to think about. You've got to save your money for when all this.
It's interesting. They want to do something. You take your left hand and you slap your right cheek. That's something.
Exactly.
And then you take your right hand and you slap the left cheek. Because it's people who were disciplined enough whilst we were outside remained disciplined inside. People who had indiscipline issues in ordinary times have become even more indisciplined in Period. And I keep saying to people, say, Mimi say, me well, hey, online shopping, since you're back inside me, be that.
Sister.
The only type of shopping I have done is the type of shopping which goes in my mouth. And even then, Sister Irene was right. Even then, what I buy is the absolute necessity because at the back of my head, I know, say when we come back, and here maybe we're I know when we come back, and here maybe will not return to what it is. I know, Mimi say, my income has cut significantly because me, now me galam say private tuition. Say and you say me jai.
Yeah.
Media me kase me kwa nkom be kase bra, but I don't know baby almost one more. And I'm not willing to take that risk. And you say a trust with you. By the announcement, say yeah, draw exam. My marking contracts have all been rendered null and void this summer. I'm not marking.
Oh, it will be replenished some way because you are investing yourself. So it's going to replenish anyway. And then you talked about having a second income. Very important.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Second income, very important. How are you becoming an asset? Maybe I want make online, almost a free professional development. I'm a first I said, you're my coursework. I said, what's happening over here? But I'm all picking knowledge from what other people are doing. And that's the only way, because we are the parents you're interacting are watching, your staff they're watching, because now you even have more interaction with the parents. Like I can see what my online is going to inform a lot of what I'm going to do.
I make already what I do. We could be meeting. I don't know, say I do this. At the end of every week on Thursday in my Sunday school, Arabic teacher needs to be brought back home because Arabic teacher is not giving me value for money. As soon as he needs ended, miss every week, me yes, Adia. The teachers need to almost Sunday. Oh, you know what we talked about? It's just been implemented in school. And I'm because someone himself communicated directly with school.
And I will share with them learning habits. The way they're sitting, the discipline they are. They're not going to get up every 5 minutes for a snack. Yeah, yes, set time.
Which kid? Which kid? There is absolutely no kid. We are learning Naba say electricity, Papa Ben. You are paying tax, but no electricity in your community. Naba community burn electricity in him. Community burn electricity in him. Johnny also said there is no free lunch, and it is so true. We're gonna pay for everything indirectly. I'm telling you, nothing is free. Harry, it's the same. Oh, yeah, didn't come away. I'm hoping, say, as we are chatting and talking, people, especially when we're working, so I'm take from the variety of different places. Me, baby, I'm away. My grocery is my business. Nobody's giving me anything for groceries. My electricity, not my business, because I'm an adult. My water, not my business. What I buy, not my business. That is how the world really works. And you sent me that booklet, which was really good. And I think the first week, I took a course. It was one of those courses I took because I knew Nipanwa will lead, will kick our hand and will set the bar for us. And this is what she closed the course with. Make sure, time the can see it in a few 4 weeks. We didn't know it was going to be longer than the 4 weeks. Or say in this 4 weeks, take 2 courses. Make sure you're certified courses. In this 4 weeks, make sure you create 1 course for people to apply to. And Mimi say, hopefully, the verification process should be done and the program should go live. Most of you will see. Say I watching the latest. I will shoot a course on Udemy. I have actually written a course. It is just verified. Yeah. Or say do 2 certified courses. I've done those. Make sure you write 1 course for other people. At the time, now she was referencing BBAOye and put in the community for free. Maybe I've just chosen to go that extra step. My course is not free. It is a paid course. It shouldn't be. I'm sorry. It took me about 50 hours to build. So no, 50 hours of my time is not free. But it's 50 valuable hours of my time and insights. That course is about your friend of Facebook for non-millennials. It's millennials now, you need the Facebook, and I want to introduce you to what Facebook could be used for. Whether you are an influencer or you're a business person or you're just looking for a second stream of income. That's what the course is about. So I have done my 2 certifications. I have written 1 course. Do something which was for greater good. That was the other challenge. Do something for greater good. For me, that greater good, is what I do on Facebook, so that you get some value out of here. There was something about family building, but there was actually a set of Nyemana Opesayeye, so that you will come out of this period feeling accomplished because you've done something new. And about free Pusiga. Oh, wow. There is not electricity in Pusiga. Are you sure? Now, for the job, the whole country is under the electrification project. Wow, Shasem. Bless it, if you choose course career that you are indispensable, the machines taking over. And machines will take over certain things. Certain things are inevitable. They will be taken by the machines. If you don't want the machines to take over your job, you need to add something a machine cannot do. You need to go add something a machine cannot do. I wanted to talk about that response, and definitely, but when I bring a topic, we always add human development to whatever it is we are discussing. We can sit here and bash a Kufuado if we want. We can sit here and kiss his backside if we want. But at the end of the day, if we did any of those 2 things, Ethel and I, we bash a Kufuado or we kiss his hand, what benefit does that bring to us?
No benefit at all.
Nothing. But if you took that discussion and started relating it to personal goals and personal development, then it begins to become valuable. Superior issued. It should teach each one of us that discipline is what determines success or otherwise. It will be Discipline is the difference between survival or otherwise. Listening to guidance and following instructions is why some people are alive and others are not. And the God-honest truth about COVID-19, the enemy. What to see before are not doing well when they are infected by COVID-19. It could be before, but of before no the African Americans knew, but not as much. It is killing Africans more than other before groups. This is the truth. It is a general data. No, I say it is killing BME. They don't mean BME as in Asia. It's not killing the Asians as much as it's killing us. Asians, but they are recovering. Before they are not recovering. And the least likely people to recover from COVID-19 before. It is a way now what say you have got COVID-19, say nil litia coffee how many the bebo so keke. And I was talking about Madame Forbidden Composite says this, and she says we are not disciplined. I'm like, what has discipline got to do with this? Also, discipline has got everything to do with it. The black man will not listen.
Yes.
Yes, exercise it, the black man will not listen. Yes, it's the black man will not listen. The African man will not listen. What were diabetes? What were diabetes? You can't say underlying health conditions make you more susceptible. The black man will not listen. The black man will not listen. Obedin krofwechi ako baby and krofwakako. But adieninyachi will say boom wow asemwaba. And it is one I want us all to hear. Our odds are not good. And the truth nye, ya penny. Emano, your odds in your good, but ye better saying a man. The worst kind of people with the worst track record when it comes to COVID survival is the African man. Can you guess why the African man is more susceptible than the African woman?
Because the African man is not open to change. They're going to do things however they want to do it. They're not open to change. It's all to they're not open to change. In
also Africans, How many deaths are in Ghana? I say Ghana is behaving as a special case at the moment. Lateral transmission and koyi. But
Yeah.
the idea no air transmitting no. Oko United Kingdom, the patterns are the same. If you look in US, the patterns are the same. Italy, Quran will be before it making up such a small fraction of the population. No? Small fraction, no? It be before the NHA woman, they didn't recover. It be before don't seem to be recovering. It be before Mema are not recovering. Until moi, what if you know I'm working to say no? Mimi kunu say, I have become a tyrant since COVID-19 started. He does not have liberties and freedoms because I have no intention to become a widow. But when I started with our aggressive regime, say, me gummies, and the person who shoots is my husband. Say so onumum and no distributed. Onumum and no yes sure say anum deben. Onumum or check it because what see I say. And I'm hoping that more of you who watch SAR programming, monso sumutie the year canoa. Now who say what chances you good at. You begin to act on those chances to improve them somewhat. Now that's I say let your course fee be moderate. My course fee will be very cheap. My course fee, you know me, I am as cheap as muck. But my who say free, you don't see the value when it's free anyway.
Yeah, so if you pay for something, then you see the value of it. And then it's going to bring you more benefits in the end anyway. The knowledge you acquire, you'll be able to make up your money eventually anyway. And another reason, you spoke about like taking in vitamins and stuff. I think that's really important as well, especially like even being indoors and just to boost your immune system. I think before we don't really take care of our, internal, like our body inside.
We don't take care.
We don't. We don't.
Let's say how many Africans in China got infected. The truth of the matter is, China no one, baby at DNC Wuhan. Apart from the international students now, no more Wuhan University. Ghana for Wuhan is one of the epicenters of a before travels in China. Guangzhou and Omunyinawo. But thankfully, that was not the epicenter of coronavirus outbreak. No. What you say? The numbers coming from Wuhan will not be representative because young crop one tank.
So we are minimum reporting because I think they'll be looking out for their own. That's my
we are reporting in the reporting is something else. And until that before, so most of us are frontline health workers. And that's one of the worst things for us because young Kasaya is susceptible. What also in some communities, people were telling me of communities in New York and the casualties people are taking in those groups. That's not funny. Even in the United Kingdom, the casualties, Ghanaians have taken some casualties.
Yeah.
The fact that it is real, there is no doubt about it. The fact that it is not radiation poison, there is no doubt about it. I always keep saying to people, if you know anything about epidemiology and you look at the S-curve, and if you look at the patterns of infection, the numbers, so Britain, for example, is already flattening the curve. Yeah. A week ago, it was like 1,000 something a day death. For the last 3 days, it's been around 400, 450, and it is dipping. It is an S-curve. It is definitely an S-curve. And it is not something you will see of radiation poison. That's something I'm confident in. Where did it come from? I don't know. What caused it? I don't know. But the fact that it's not likely to be radiation poison, yeah, I think there's enough evidence about it. Propaganda for a conspiracy theory, linking things to 5G, that's a story another day. But right now, it is a virus. We don't know where it came from, but it's a virus. And it is deadly. You don't want to come in contact at all. For sure.
Yeah. I mean, it got to a point, so me go supermarket and my heart starts beat like just the tension. And then when I go and come back.
Now the kids are all very nervous.
Yeah.
When
and I'm normally not nervous. I've got my head screwed on. I'm normally a logical person. But I was thinking this is real. If it should happen, then like what's going to happen to the kids and stuff. Like it will take time.
Yeah.
So and I thought, and then I had stories about when people are passing away. Some of them have to FaceTime. They can't be with their family.
Yeah.
So that a big thing as well.
Oh
not
yeah.
being able to say
Yeah. They went for the aggressive testing.
Yeah.
So I think in the whole world, Baby Ayewe is the most aggressive testing regime. They are testing like no man's business. They are
If you break the law, they will deal with you. They are not joking here. They don't joke here.
You won't think about it. Believe me, you won't.
Yeah.
You won't. Even when you are mad, you won't. You won't.
Yeah.
I wish said we were doing this thing at 7:30. But about 7:30. Ube say text message aba. And the text message actually goes with woo, 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 woo. And it's reminding you, say a boss don't go out. 8 o'clock is the curfew.
Yeah.
8 o'clock in this one, you will not even see a normal walking around. Never mind a human being. But Hannah, this is the strategy they are going for. And I think what Nana is also looking to do, or Ghana and the strategy they are going for is to test. I was was 7 Emirates last week. If you Dubai, Emirates na woman. Yes, Dubai. Because Dubai numbers no was rokakra because it was a tourist hub, wasn't it? And Dubai numbers no was rokakra. So what they've done, they say cutting Dubai for no off. They are testing Dubai for no, ring fencing Dubai for no, treating Dubai for no. Ehano ayen your numbers yellow no. Omo mangrove free other Emirates number. Within the Emirates, each group is handling those they have in Omo jurisdiction. And the idea me isolate here Omo near test woman, near cure the big cure, then we can go out and we can get on with life. And we have to have a system of going back out. I say culturally we are more risk too. More people live under the same roof, which doesn't help. I'm telling you. Yeah, and then Abrofo are confused though. Really, Abrofo are very confused. I remember watching your friend say Melinda didn't kunu Papa Gates, and she was giving this apocalyptic prediction: people will be dropping dead in the streets in Africa. I'm like, return to sender. Return to sender. Now, James, you know about Africa. Our immune system do a lot of wicked things.
Yeah. The fact that people cannot realize, yes.
Oh, I think people have come in contact with it for sure. Or Papa would have spread it to many people.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of people just have superior to survive in Africa. You need some phenomenal immune system.
Yes, yes.
You need some phenomenal immune system, and that's one of.
During January and February, there was a lot of flus, and even within your schools near the end, I'm sure saying there was this flu I think it started at even December time, Christmas time, not a round.
What was actually 3 days ago, Akadabi, for 4 weeks, I started online learning on submitting anything. Maybe I am one of those teachers. They do Thursday, I will sit down and do spreadsheet after spreadsheet. Paint everything red. Now I send it after 4 solid weeks of red. And I'm sending my SOS message, copying everybody, welfare and well-being. Achievement team, in, copying parents, writing a honor back, well, we did not know how to pass the message on to you. But this kid was a COVID case. She's just coming to her. And can be not I could everyone in the class, I know a COVID case. These people didn't tell me, say, oh, you be a
2 weeks. Wow, that's
1 month. Wow. This week, near catching them, so you be.
Yeah.
why not like it's saying what is saying people check on you. I didn't understand. Into contact tracing and and you didn't let me know. Yeah, for everyone in class, the whole family is my family
Yeah.
it was quite symptomatic. Being in hospital and she's just come out of hospital, so it's all quarantine. I feel no more catching.
Some of them papa pilots near so
yeah,
it's a big thing. Yeah, so you wouldn't know.
And especially many type of school, for our mobile school, normally executives and the people who are likely to. And Sister Joyce say, hey, and Sadan them who said, Miss Anna, your frontline worker, and I didn't know these guys.
Chest is really tight.
Because I don't want to freak them out.
Yeah.
But this week, I was pulling my pants. Like, oh my God.
But you stayed indoors for long, so I think you should be okay.
We left 5th of March.
Yeah.
I think since she was not in that final week. And presenting the data. But I was just like, you really have no idea.
Yeah. And it's an invisible enemy, isn't it? That's the thing. You should look at it that way. It's invisible. You can't see it. If you could see it, then you would know what you're fighting. But people don't look at it. It's something you can't see.
Ghanaians would take it seriously, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
You went through quarantine and you saw these people jumping and dancing.
I couldn't believe what I saw.
Winning. When Omoye declaration, what has been going on in the background actually did make sense. What do I say? Department is one of the departments that you're back off every 3 days. Your head of department today insists to see video meetings. And we actually go live on Teams near Casa. Questions. All those things were just making sure someone more him.
Yes.
Whether symptomatic and Kofo will email me out of the blue. No, maybe say a question, how are you coping? Now, when I heard this, I started asking, and I realized the teachers are that program.
Yeah. And if anything happened, they'll be swift to act. I mean, where you are, thorough. So
there's a nurse friend of mine, Bia, or in contact with Obi. They kept her in quarantine for 6 weeks. Solid 6 weeks. And you know what was interesting in the 6 weeks? Or no can be who said your quarantine process. They have a village. Your friend saying villages are almost CDM nationals. Just see converted a year quarantine village. The quarantine village, each one person is assigned to a 5-bedroom, 6, 7-bedroom villa. But not everything and anything we hear was as you so have a wall. You're back on change twice a day. And no panel, you're back. Bedding near me, you spray bleach, you do mobile near package. Your plates in the crowd, they don't wash it. Your plates are all collected, and you know that it's going straight to disposal.
Yes.
Not looking to recycle anything. They feed them 3 times a day. They get a fruit basket in the morning. Or no. Are on the outside, and they fed the family and provided for the family and paid their bills for the 6 weeks. I know. Yeah,
they've done well. Yeah.
So it just made me realize of all the places on this earth that I would rather have been, I couldn't think of a better place I would rather be in this.
Yeah.
Almost video be with us, I think 2 weeks ago. Almost a kind of person trust their country with the 2 Facebook. It was almost ruling family response. I think that when the thing happened and when they had sent us home and the expats wanted to show solidarity. So on the first night of the quarantine, all the expats were in their balconies singing our national anthem.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, take news to say, baby. The fact that we were singing their anthem, it was solidarity for them. People were not in a hurry to leave and go to their home countries. Nobody wanted to.
You're right. And then another thing I noticed, I have to anadre almost disinfecting roads near there.
Oh yeah,
And
that's what 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock curfew is for. Sanitization. They do that every night. And
even before the lockdown, Upo hospitals near there, Upo clinic 24/7. I just They just intensified it.
The microphobia options, American citizens, ni bisa almost 7 more person America titru. Ebisa citizens in FSC evacuate and the answer from here was no. No thanks. Because some free American they would have gone into a more risky environment.
Yeah.
People said the hospital and medical insurance would take care of you.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, whatever the odds are. But yeah, the fact that expats were not in a hurry to leave and go home was a vote of faith in their system.
Yes.
And it's what made Papa cry. It was also a small video recording. Ebisasa, can you trust us? Of course, your life is very important. You show, say, you care about us. You are some of our most important resources, and we will give every last breath to make sure that every single one of us is safe, because we will have to do this together. And I'm like, yeah, best place. Ghana is fantastic. I will happily, to be fair, the way Ghana has responded is only second to this country in my view.
Absolutely. Yeah.
In my view, the United Kingdom and its COVID response, it is not comparable to the Ghanaian response at all.
In terms of even facilities we have in hospitals near Adieno, we've really done well. We've done really well.
The United States is not. And actually, for a lot of you who haven't followed the scientific side of things, what Noguchi is doing is leading the research with the virus.
Yeah.
Noguchi is one of the few etimi isolated 2 strains. They were not brought from abroad. They were actually isolated. Noguchi. 2 strains of the virus. They are definitely up close and personal with the virus. And I am one of the people who is hoping say might be able to lead us towards vaccine.
Yeah.
I am
and then in one of the videos you were talking about us possibly getting the vaccine from Ghana, like something trustworthy. And it's something we can do if we put our minds to it.
Yeah. And I think that's what we should be saying to your leaders. Start writing those things on your Facebook accounts, because this particular government almost follow Facebook, almost follow social media. They have social media consultants and they pay them. And they go around social media and they see what the citizens are making. It should be a hashtag invest in Noguchi. Hashtag invest in Noguchi. Because the Ghana to me in your vaccine, the African countries would much rather buy from Ghana than buy from elsewhere. And if we were into vaccination, if we were making the pharmaceuticals, that could be a whole new life for our economy.
Yes.
It would change the game significantly. Now, that's what we should be talking about. That's really what we should be talking about. That's what we should be calling funding for these guys who are working. Most nurses, need doctors, and PPE. Nurse, need doctor, no karate. You are working with the person who has the virus. These guys are actually sitting behind the microscope with the virus.
Some of them can go. Yeah.
And there's no, say nipa wo that's when you're infection, no crap. The person is big. The percentage of the person made up by the virus is very small. But see, my one vial of a virus, so say it's 100% the virus, and there are people behind microscopes with these things. Not necessarily with all the PPEs they should have, but they know that it is our only hope to understand what's going on from our perspective. Because your condition is not the same as China, so we could not use the Chinese information.
Yeah, that's true.
In America, we cannot use American information. For me, as a Ghanaian, COVID has really given me a lot of hope. I'm a lot of capacity in our people. It's made me more optimistic of our chances, really. Really.
I know. And I like the way we stepped out and did something different. Let's see how that works out.
But I like the fact that they've decided we are going back to work. You think America wants you to go back to work? Of course not. Do you think Britain wants you out of your houses? No, they want you indoors. remaining poor and dependent. That's how they want you. So the fact that we are out there defying what these guys want alone is wonderful for me. It's really nice to see that we are not being dictated to by or former year external, that we are actually making decisions, even if it's a mistake, it's an internal mistake. I prefer internal mistakes anytime to external perfection anytime. We prefer internal mistakes any day to external perfection. Papa, everyone wants to go to heaven, but no one wants to die. Look at me. Tell if there is death, there will no life. Papa Lee, you're back to heaven, but it's not something we are looking to do in the interim. That's it.
Finish what you're doing on earth.
That's it. When we've been here. And Naba said it's very hard for him to accept something he can't see. Naba, every day you accept air and you breathe it. My brother, you've never seen air before. Every single day, oxygen molecules work and they keep you alive. You've never seen oxygen before. Every day, carbon dioxide, which could poison and kill you, is removed from your cells by every breath you put out. You've never seen carbon dioxide before. My brother, you believe in many things you've never seen before. You believe in many things you've never seen before. It's one of those things people throw out at the moment. Believe me, there are many things that keep you alive that you've not seen. You believe in those things. So you can also believe in other things you've not seen. Papa Lee, see people who are not on the front line are even still meeting this pandemic head on. They are doing what they have to do. Let's drop these ideas of death and stay optimistic. We have to stay optimistic. We have to believe in our capacity to survive. We have to see this. The COVID pandemic has been one of the greatest things that could happen to me as a human being. It stopped me driving 3 hours every day to work. It allowed me to at least 3 hours. It's 3 extra hours the universe has given me for free to enjoy for the 8 months, 8 weeks. It's allowed me to really sit down and evaluate what is important to me. It really helped me crystallize where my life should be going. And you may be what I get to focus on. And you may be what I and it's giving me that clarity to deal with some of those things. That smile was missing from my face for a while. At the moment, back a philosophical smile. I do that when I've had time to think. When you are firefighting and you are reacting, you don't get time to strategize and work on those things. So Ethel, if somebody is a Ghanaian at the moment, not to Ghana, in light of the Nana Aka about COVID-19, in light of all the things we've seen from our places at Yewo, if you spoke to somebody in Ghana, what would you say to them? What would be the most profound things you can say to them?
I'm going to ask them what they learned or what they've learned, and what are they going to do differently? Have they thought about how their life is going to move forward? How is that? What's going to, if they were in a situation where when they were indoors, they couldn't afford to even get food to eat, what are they going to do differently? Did they find any new ideas that can change their life?
Okay.
And then I'm also going to ask them, have they stopped to think that sometimes we're busy running around going to places where we don't need to go.
Absolutely.
I had a chance to reflect. Do I really need to go here? Do I really need to do this? What are my priorities in life? Yes. And to enjoy the simple things. Like I've been playing Monopoly with my kids before I didn't get any chance to do that. And just the simple stop and breathe.
Very important. And see, lessons from Qatar. Dear Nana, let's title our section with Dear Nana. Just what you've picked up from Qatar. What could Ghana take from Qatar from a strategic point of view? What have these guys done that could be nicked and could be applied?
First of all, they've actually put a package they've set up an online health page where you can go to get daily information, and they set out booklets on how to get certain things online. They've actually implemented, even they have like individual compounds, they close it at certain times so people can stay safe. I think the locals, like the construction workers, they do give them food. So they are providing for the less fortunate, they're doing that. But they're really stretching out the lockdown to make sure that they're containing it, and then they're testing, they're doing all the things necessary to help better the lives of the people. And I think for them, because they had a similar issue with blockade, they always use things to improve themselves. Almost locally produced items, a lot of information, like just to help
and make you a winner. You know.
Yeah. Yes.
Really, the way some Crawford have been isolated in the region, it's made them self-sufficient. Really.
Oh yes, yes. And it's a desert. Don't forget. And so many farms near there, like a lot of local produce near there, and they give a lot of information so near there. So yeah, definitely. I'm sure maybe the money is not the same, but even with a desert, they've done a lot with it, and they definitely care for their own. Almost care for their own. And then even expats, no more feeling really welcome. So yeah, if anything,
they need you.
Yeah,
they need you. Do. Recognize. I think for me, one of the things I would like us to learn. I know there's ECOWAS and there's all these treaties and whatnot, but it's about time Ghana started filtering out and allowing people in that we also need.
Yeah,
we don't want it to be a safe haven for anybody. Not every Tom, Dick, and Harry should be welcome to come. It should only be people who have value to add. People who are here to make it better. Those are the foreigners who should be welcome. I think what has happened in China, Nancy, with BB4 should also teach us maybe your hospitality with China for it needs to be reviewed.
Absolutely.
China, they should definitely be welcome because they are here to do what will benefit and profit. China for any be they should not be anywhere near where we are. We also need to become a little selective because you see China for and their treatment of us. And we, for me, there is no doubt about the fact. Says Uncle Fowe, it's always been they want to come and claim and go and not really do much for our people. It's been apparent, and maybe this is the time to start looking at this brotherhood they have with us because it's not necessarily a brotherhood.
That's true.
I think so. We really need to look at some of these relationships, and we need to go forward. Hello, Adia. We really need to go forward post pandemic, having learned lessons from here. I hope on my Ghana move for Yehunu Assembly. When the cookie crumbles, it is what we have, the capacity we have from within, which will either make us or break us. It's been wonderful to see our scientists distinguish themselves in this process. They were not prepared for the pandemic. They didn't receive any extra funding. They were just doing what they ordinarily do. And it turns out what they ordinarily do is phenomenal, really.
Yeah.
It's good to see sectors which have got potential, and maybe we should start developing some of those sectors from within. I've always seen Ghanaian, if there's an economy reliant on agriculture, but actually we've seen that we have the human resource.
Yeah.
We do have the manpower. We really do have the brains. We really do have the expertise. So maybe we should move and distance ourselves from being an agricultural country, doing good work to actually doing intellectual work, because we've been intellectuals for a long, long time.
And we have intellectuals all over the world. Like
they are not they are not home because we've not actually made that a priority for home before. The home strategy has always been agriculture. The home strategy has always been those menial things, mining, agriculture. I'm not saying those things are not important, but what I'm saying is that that's not all we have to offer. It's been quite clear that our intellectuals are also quite distinguished. That maybe as a country, we need to start looking at the manpower and the utilization of manpower from within and not
Yes.
always exporting our brains elsewhere. We have a lot of brains, but only a fraction of them are at home.
Yes.
You know, it brings us pride, but we don't feed off pride.
Yeah.
We do not survive on pride. Papa
Yes.
Lee, people who are on the front line are even still meeting this pandemic head on. They are doing what they have to do. People on the front line who seem to be taking the precautions they should. What is actually, hey, Nana, Nana Pabo, I'm a women, my yira. COVID-19, I'm a madam to say, we used to no my yira. Aquaba. It's been good. It's been very good for me as Oman Ghanaian to see the potential to grow in different ways. We should go back to the same strategies we had before. I think the strategies we've tried before haven't worked.
Yes.
And maybe it's about time we saw ourselves differently.
That's true.
When Ethel could be invited to come back with what she's learned and stolen from elsewhere to actually come change things.
And Amma too.
Wonderful.
Definitely.
Amma, it comes with a package of madness, It comes with a package of madness the average Ghanaian is not ready for.
Yeah.
Yay, Nanakava. Majo. Amma comes with the madness tag, but there are so many different distinguished Ghanaians elsewhere. It's been so wonderful for people to actually realize how many of our people are healthcare workers and specialists in the areas they work in. We do have a variety of lower skilled workers, but Madam for Rate being and all say they were just doing a little bit of a tally in their NHS trust. And they always thought, said the lead consultants were coming from India. And people knew of Nigerian doctors, but no, she did not know how many of the consultants are actually Ghanaian. How many of the medical trainers are Ghanaian. Did not realize that until this simple audit. And I'm like, you know what, I'm really grateful you shared it. It's good to know.
In America as well, there's a lot of them there. There are a lot of them in the States,
But do you know what I mean? It's not, I think, if we think about it, we think, say, you were nurses. And then we have CRNs, Nessa Ankrofono, on our bill. But I think the top decision makers who are Ghanaians are not something I was aware of. And to me, she was sharing it with me because she knew I will enjoy seeing that. And I really did enjoy that. It's good to see we're moving from aprapra and a chuchi.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the only way to survive if we've decided not to be at home anyway. Nana, the bureaucracy will not allow them to stay when they go back home. I think, and also one of the things that we all sort of get wrong. I'm not expecting Nipan Wetiabroche to go home and go hassle for Ghana Health Service with the rest of them there. I'm expecting that the people who are from here and go home will go and establish things.
Yeah.
That they will go and do things on their own. That they will go and change things for the better. Then it's actually meaningful. If we are going to go back to Kolibu and fight for nursing jobs and doctor jobs, and doctors never. You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah, it's the system. I call it it's the system. Yeah.
We should be going to go and turn things round. We should be going to build more capacity. We should definitely be aiming to go and compete with one more for the little they get. And that's what's happened in the past. And that's why people at home are always so suspicious of you when you roll in funny accent.
Yes.
Usually when you come with your funny accent, you are here to outcompete. And that's why nobody is welcoming you when you get home. That's they are fighting like cats and dogs to get a little bit of what is there. What they don't need is you with your funny accent and your superior attitude to come and rub their noses in. And yeah, you're free baby corner. We go home and we are never welcome, and we don't really understand why people don't welcome. Our own people are against us. It's because you go there holding your nose above where it should be.
That's not all of them, but I think we should.
Yeah, the collective.
Yeah, but we need to think about, how with idea of wealth and money being limited and all that. We need to move away from that. It's not limited, and if you share your knowledge to, you're not taking away from that person. We need to move away from. And then there comes entrepreneurship, like thinking about being But then people were saying like people should be entrepreneurs, and then few of them have been hit. What do you think of that?
Well, it was one of the questions I asked the finance minister when I was at home at the summit. I asked him, you called us, we are here. We are here and we are going bankrupt. So what would you do about it? Because there are many people who come here and they've become bankrupt and they've left. And in fairness, having gone this summer to do what I did in comparison to going the year before to do similar things, there's a big difference. I'm hoping, say, COVID-19, this summer, to go have a look and see how things are. It will become a little better. I think more attorneys coming home to come and establish things has been good. We are beginning to break the return and compete culture, and more people are going home actually to build capacity. And when that's the standard, people are less likely to be suspicious of you when you turn up. It's been funny just watching it and understanding people's reactions to you from their perspective. Because I've never really understood why people have always been. But now that I've talked to a few people and picked that vibe, I get it, You come sounding, the Ghanaian likes laugher. They prefer funny accents. I don't even know why. So you turn off, speaking through your nose, not necessarily saying anything important or intelligent, and people prefer that anyway. So yeah, when you come and they see you coming for their jobs, then of course it's competition. It's a jungle.
That's it. Yes, yeah.
And fight as hard as you can to survive, and that's what a lot of them are doing. Salifu, Idrisu, Seyo, Akwaba, it's good to see you. It's been wonderful. I'm hoping that the discussion might not have been what you guys were expecting it to be. I don't know. When I told you COVID-19 and nsensem, you thought we'll sit here and review President Akufo-Addo and his performance, and then what? When I do that, and then what? What does that do for you? Nothing. Yet you're bashing an adult. Now we rate him 0 out of 10. And also, so what does it do? Nothing. If we gave him 10 out of 10, it does not really do anything. But I wanted to use the COVID nsensem to bring it and make it personal for us. The question is, what value are you adding to yourself in this period? Which courses, certified courses, have you taken? What was for you haven't taken it? The target was to do 2 of those a month. We've been here for 4 weeks, 8 weeks in my case. So really, I should be moving towards 4 at this stage. Once you've taken things to put in yourself, what are you outputting of yourself for the benefit of society? Once again, what are you doing? Are you helping to feed people? Are you helping to put knowledge out? Are you helping to support others? Are you helping to guide people? What can you do which could make your life meaningful for people around you? And then the next one is looking at what would make your survival even better when we come out, because we will come out. I think that Europe have set 4th of May as the general date of potential return. And to those of you who hadn't heard, if you live in Europe, most of the countries are actually looking to return to some sort of normalcy after the 4th of May. Did you know that? Have you started putting your house in order? Or is the email going to come as a surprise to you as usual? On the 4th of May. And if this were actually to end on the 4th of May, will you be ready? Will you be ready? When I asked myself that question, I pulled my pants because I realized I won't be ready. Genuinely, I will not be ready. Will you be ready, Ethel?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so.
It hit me. It did hit me. I realized I won't be ready.
Yeah.
What I need to do is not done. It's nowhere near done. You know, in our case, we've been very lucky that they've called off the entire academic year already. They have. So I know that even if you guys come out on the 4th of May, I still get June to remain indoors.
We haven't been told yet, so.
Oh, they haven't called it. We've had a cold. They called it, I think, 3 to 4 weeks ago. My guys, they don't play.
You guys seem to be a step ahead of us, and whatever you do, they tend to follow. Whatever you do, they tend to follow. I don't know.
They made that decision that we are going to have the rest of the academic year online, and I thought that was strategic, very decisive. So there is no guest. There is no. It's official. It's been confirmed, and we are all moving with it. So
yeah,
I am relieved. Cancel my confirm for the rest of the year. You have to be watchful. You have to be mindful of what goes on the news. You have to know what could potentially be coming. You might return to work. How prepared are you to return? That's a what now it no longer exists. What will you do? Because that will be the reality for some people too. And for some, you will have to modify certain things in order for you to have a job. Have you started looking at what you could modify? What could you modify? So Ethel, let me throw that back to you. What could you modify?
What could I want? Oh, good question. Yeah. That requires some thought.
Right.
Sorry, say that again.
So we've been doing online teaching. So I don't think so the classroom will remain what it was when we left.
I think I'll use less paper. It sounds funny because I teach IT, but there's even a lot of less paper.
Yeah.
Less paper, definitely. And trusting the kids more with the technology as well.
Yeah.
Trusting the kids more with the technology. Yeah. Even things like discipline, just transferring the classroom climate online.
Yeah.
You see some of, So that means researching on more tools. We use Teams as well, but I find it all over the place. I prefer Google, but just learning more about technology and
The funny thing is Teams is better. It's just most of us don't know what to do with it. It's better.
Yeah.
It's better. Once you learn the practice, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
A lot
and then apparently using Twitter a lot more. Not for checking out celebrities, but collaborating with other teachers. You have a topic.
Yes, people have never used Twitter to check celebrities out.
I was forced to open an account because it's really good for collaboration and even for your students. Yeah.
Even so it's not in my social media name. It's actually in my very formal name. And yes, account is for putting out research and for seeking collaborations with people. It's definitely not for checking out. Serious people have never really bothered with the celebrity people anyway.
I don't do that. Yeah.
Go for dinner and who cares? Or somebody has information about something they know nothing about. And so what?
Yeah.
You know.
But definitely using technology more.
Yeah.
Certain schools use it and you can see the confidence with the kids, the way they're able to navigate around and get work done.
I asked, so my grade 11s, we set them this task last week. We asked them to research, to make a model, and to justify their model using audio or video tools. And it's been absolutely mind-blowing to see some of the work returned by those kids. The control they have of the tools and how appropriate the choices of the tools were. The fact that the kids animate, and even I can't even animate properly. You know, I'm still a schoolgirl in animations. But the kids can animate. The kids can really make models. They can create stuff. And maybe I realized that we should have been utilizing some of those skills definitely in school, and we didn't. We didn't. We're passive learners predominantly in school. So maybe that thing. I think now that the kids have seen better, people who return to the classroom and want to stand at the front to talk are going to have a shock because the kids will not listen. They will not listen. They won't do it. They've seen better.
Yeah.
No, they've seen better. Adia says, hello, Angie. Oh, Angie. Hi. Ebusiafo, we are chatting. Ethel and I are wrapping up our interview. This is the first time I've managed to get Ethel on the show, and I've actually managed to get her on video. And look at her. She's so natural and so comfortable. She tells me she wasn't natural, she wasn't comfortable, but you guys see how natural she's been. It's been a lovely chat, really.
Yeah.
I think most of the time I even forgot the people who might be watching. It's been really good to have a sister conversation. What I'm trying to do in this series is draw more of us out of our comfort zone. I want us all to discover latent abilities we have. So you see, you are very natural with the camera. Maybe you should be doing more on the camera out what you know. So more,
what I do to entertain year 1 to year 6 students, but maybe I don't know.
Well, you say that a lot of us have year 1 to year 6 children we don't know what to do with at home.
Yeah.
A lot of us have not got the foggiest what to do with our kids. So maybe that information might be life transformational for a lot of people. Yeah, and I say it's been fantastic. Ange, you will be my next target. I need to tempt you to come have a chat, to talk through things, to see things from your perspective, and to get a lot of you to discover your abilities and talents in front of the camera. There is a lot of Ghanaians with false agency who are very confident and comfortable to sit in front of the camera and throw out utter garbage. But the really competent people shy away from it. And that's one of the reasons why we don't get access to right information in our community. When you come to Facebook as a Ghanaian, it's mainly garbage, mainly. Somebody's falling in love with your Queen's English.
Yeah, me your queen, me your fancy. Me your fancy. Me fi Ghana actually intera. Me your
says she's not queen. Oh, Linda, Ethel has been phenomenal. Ange, I am camera shy. Ethel is camera shy, but look at the two of us.
Camera shy. Me fi simple. Me shy.
We are very shy, camera shy, but the two of us are here. And we've been very comfortable, very confident too. Papa Lisi, you see when we're drinking, we're piling up ideas. Absolutely. It's not okay to a lot of people that their jobs will be gone when we stay home for too long. Papa Lee, it's one of the things I'm banging on about because it's the reality for a lot of people. Because unfortunately for us, our people abroad are predominantly low-skilled. And a lot of the low-skilled jobs are going to go. A lot of the low-skilled jobs are going to go. People who can do a bit of value added, who can do something else on top of what they did before, might find a role. But the low-skilled jobs are going to go. When companies can no longer afford everybody, it is the messenger who will go because people can get off their backsides and do their own messages. You know, it's the coffee girl who will go because people can, again, get off their hands and make their own coffee. Those jobs are at risk. Those jobs are at risk because people will come back and simply won't have the budgets to pay for those groceries. And if you are somebody who provides a service for people's luxury, it is going to go. I'm praying and hoping that people will get this message and people will start taking action. There's everything online. It has been made free till the end of May. All the course providers have made everything almost free till the end of May. If you want to learn, most courses are slashing prices. Many of them are making them 100% free. But people are not taking them up. and particularly our people are not taking them up. Our people are doing something else. Sister Melstexia, God bless you too. You're welcome. You're welcome. Philip, say Ama. Philip, to say you, Akwaba. It's good to see you. And Linda said, none of us look camera shy. Well, I'm very camera shy.
No, Ma, you're not. You're
How do you
not.
know that I'm not camera shy? I'm very camera shy, just as you claim to be. You're also a camera shy. I'm camera shy. But apparently none of us is looking camera shy. So maybe none of us is camera shy after all. Papa Lisi, you are both very vocal with voices to support. Ethel is incredibly intelligent. What
Thank you.
I'm trying to get people I know privately. A lot of you will share what you know with me privately. But I'm hoping to tempt you to go a little bit more mainstream with what we talk about privately. Because what we share privately could be valuable information for a lot of people. So in these conversations I'm having with people, it's to draw people out, it's to share what we hold very dear and very close with more people so more people could benefit. God bless you too. Good to see you, Philip. It's really good to see you. I'm hoping that because you come here and you discover that you are actually quite comfortable in front of a camera, every now and again, we might tempt you to host something or to do something or to share something. I'm hoping a lot more of you will start opening pages on Facebook and put content out on Facebook so that people can have more variety of useful discourse on Facebook in particular. So when you come here, there is more learning material than garbage. But at the moment, if you scroll through my live feed, 98% of what you see might not really add any value to anything. But if that's the only thing available, you would think that's normal and you will start consuming. But you came here, Auntie Dakwa say, well, you are next on my agenda. I'm dropping hints on who I'm coming after. All of you who speak to me, definitely on there. Because it's funny. The people who speak to me are all people who distinguish themselves in what they do. And I see so much potential that our people don't seem to get access to. And I want to shake that a little bit. I want to change that a little bit. Where's Auntie Dakwa running to? Come back here, please. And this woman managed to get me roped into a church program tomorrow. So guys, I've put the flyer out on my page. I will be with Auntie Dakwa. She's moderating a program and she's invited me to be her guest. Let's see if I can tell you details of the timing. So it's family time, Oasis Christian Fellowship in Telford. It would be 7 p.m. every Wednesday, so it'll be 7 p.m. UK time every Wednesday. And I am on with Auntie Dakwa tomorrow. It's family time. And just as I like to do it, I don't even ask what people want to talk about because I like it to flow naturally. I know it's family time. That's all I know. And that's all I want to know until tomorrow. Come join us.
I needed the heads up from you. Remember, I asked you what's the topic because it's my first time and I didn't know where you were going with it.
I don't. Because actually, when you do that, you become more apprehensive. The way this has been, it's been a chat.
Yeah.
It's been exactly the way we normally chat. There's been absolutely no difference between this and what we always do. And that's all I want. I wanted you to get into your comfort zone and to do things the way. And you forget the camera after a while. You do?
Yes. You do, yeah.
You do. It's still your sister chinwag with me. You don't even notice the audience. You don't know who's watching, And we've flown. And that's all I wanted to do. Sometimes over scripting actually makes it a little bit rigid.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it fluid enough. Papa Lee said, if you know what you're doing with your confidence is sky high. Yes. Yeah. If you know what you're doing, if you know what you're talking about, it grants you agency. It really does. Ethel is skilled in what she does. She's confident and comfortable in what she does. And that comes across. And Ethel, maybe some of us need primary school ICT lessons as well.
Oh, okay.
You know, a lot of us don't really know what to do with the devices we own, right?
I think my kids are really good, like they're natural, but they use it for everything. They don't even use any books. They don't use books. They don't use any, they don't write in books. They
Who
just,
writes
for all
books
the,
anymore? Nobody does.
they don't at
Well,
all.
people
Like,
come to my
yeah,
class for observations, and it's always funny. I am allergic to paper. I'm paperless.
yeah,
I've been paperless for quite a while. This new school, they have an exercise book, but when you come to my class, the exercise book is on the table, minding its business. And we are also elsewhere in an app doing what is our business. And yeah.
you can store your work in the cloud. So they're just carrying on what they were doing before. Like
Oh,
they've
for me,
stored all the,
this is no change. This is how I teach. This has been my normal practice. The kids are so used to what we do. The reporting system is so much better. And the kids can
yeah,
actually access my feedback instantly. You know,
yeah,
it's better. It's better.
yeah,
And the kids are beginning to tell a lot more people. And that's one of the reasons why I know in my school, for example, you will not be able to go back, stand at the front of a class and attempt to teach and have anybody listen. Nobody will listen. Nobody will listen. The kids will tell you it's a waste of time. It doesn't work. Miss, let's try this one instead. Angie's gone. Oh, she can escape now, no problem, but I will catch her anyway.
No, no, no. I just had a conversation with you and you just brought it. I've been avoiding you. I don't know whether you noticed.
Well, see, this is an interesting thing. You've had your plan and I've had my plan. You wanted to avoid and I've decided to let you avoid for a bit. And when I need you, I'll grab you anyway. So see, here
Because
you
I
are.
really like listening in. I like listening in a lot. And then I like sitting back and listening in.
Sitting back and listening in is comfortable. But I think also we all have to remember is when you do that, you also rob the audience of what you could potentially add.
Yeah.
What they've listened to and what they've picked up today is so different from the usual vibe. You know, it's
Yeah.
been highbrow and all that. I've been all along. I've been on behavior. Yeah, Angie's back. I see Angie's gone. I see she hasn't gone anywhere. She's here. Ange, I would like we are still, it's COVID diaries because that's what the episode is about. But it's lessons from COVID. That's what I really want to learn. I think the lessons from the classroom are different from the lessons from those of you on the front line. And I'm sure you'd have a lot of things to share with us about remaining safe. You might be able to give us more statistics about survival rates once we actually do get infected. It might be people like you who bring it home for our people because people are not taking it seriously enough. And it's better to chillax and listen, but if everybody was chillaxing and listening, who would be talking?
That's true.
You know, if everybody was chillaxing and listening, who will be talking? Nobody will be talking. But we do need people to talk. We do. We do need to hear inputs. I will sign off this one knowing that I have picked up quite a bit. You've had me thinking. Intellectual. Ooh, this is so eyebrow. It's not even funny. Papa, what do you think, Ethel? In a computer-brained mother's home, yeah. Of course, her kids will have higher IQs because the kids will be more meaningfully stimulated. Let me share this with you, and she will kill me later. She can kill me later. We're chatting earlier on this week, and she says, "Oh, look at the robot I bought for the kids." And I'm looking at this woman like, some of us are buying, I don't know, pen and paper for our kids as gifts. Some of you are buying PlayStation and whatnot for your kids. This woman is buying robots for her kids, and the kids have already programmed it, and the kids are using this robot. And this was my reaction to my phone. Hello, sis. Nanama, Akwabo, like who buys a robot for your kids unless you are Ethel? You know,
a tiny one, Amma. But it's really a tiny one.
You cannot downplay this one. You cannot downplay this one. It's the intellectual stimulation it brings. It is having the kids actually think outside the box. The learning they will get from manipulating that robot will be second to nothing else. And yeah, that was impressive. That was impressive. Look what I bought for the kids. I'm like, oh, what has she bought? Did she buy a PlayStation? Oh no. Did she buy?
It was
No. She bought a robot. You can't get more intellectual than that. So yeah, Papa Lee, you are absolutely right. Those kids, they would have high IQs. I am one of those people who always says the talent is not the end of the story. It's not what you are born with, which counts much. It is how it is nurtured. And nurture can actually develop things you were not born with. I am a firm believer of that. Yeah. Nurture can develop latent things that you were not born with. And
I learned a lot from you.
You do?
The very first video the very first video I saw you do was when there was this Ghanaian kid who had a knife, and the parents, there was this.
Oh yeah,
that was the very first video I saw, and you just captivated me. I was like, wow, who is this lady?
It caught me spitting fire.
I saw, yeah. And then I was looking, because then I was like, but she's not in the UK. It looks like somewhere in the Middle East, like from your environment. But it's just what you said and how you talked about discipline and your son and I was like, wow, who is this lady?
Oh no,
that was the
first time that day, I was spitting fire that day.
I was like, wow.
It's something we all need to hear a lot more of. I think it explains why a lot of our Ghanaian kids are victims of crime in the West at the moment. There are some fundamental things that we don't pay attention to. There are certain things that we pretend we don't see. There are certain things we should do that we don't do, which leads our kids, like, I mean, we were joking about the robot thing, but I'm not joking about it. Some other people have their kids playing with robots, programming things, making things, constructing things. My son needs a computer. I'm refusing to buy one. The deal I've made with him is that I will buy the parts and he builds his own computer. That's where we are at. I am not.
That's amazing.
Well, what he needs will cost me an awful lot of money to buy one, and it probably will still not address his need fully. So it makes no sense for me to make that investment. Whereas he could learn how to build it and he could custom it to suit his purpose. And after that, he can do that for anybody. I don't want my kids to go to university and wait on tables. I don't want them to do some of the stupid menial jobs I did as a student. It makes no sense. They should have a more comfortable experience, doing more meaningful jobs, maybe even being self-employed from the start. It's about time we break the employer mentality, because the employer mentality is the reason why a lot of us at our ages are still slaving and we are still dependent on employers and worrying about how we survive after this.
That's true.
I don't think we raise the kids that way. And we change the rhetoric by buying them robots, by teaching them to program robots, by creating enabling environment. It's so important. It is so.
But the inspiration came from, I saw this video in Italy. The cases were becoming so many for the doctors. They had a big robot going in, screening the people, checking their blood level. And I was like, wow.
But after some of those frontline work will be done by robots in some hospitals for sure. Because there's no need for them to expose the staff just to take your temperature. There is absolutely no need to expose staff just to collect a blood sample. Robots can do that now.
Doing all that, it was amazing. And it was also reducing the rate of infection because it could go in and then come out. It was amazing.
It's reducing contact, and it can be sprayed with bleach when you can be. They can bleach it down. They can't bleach you down. So you are more risk. And that's what I mean. There are people who used to go around in hospitals taking temperatures, and you would discover those jobs are gone. There will be other things taking temperatures, and we all need to make sure that we can do other things apart from just taking temperature. Ethel, it's been absolutely fantastic. I know I've kept you beyond your normal bedtime because,
Yes.
well, for me, I'm a night owl. This is my usual time. I can't fall asleep before this time anyway. But thank you. Thank you so much for joining. Adia Pena says, you were just behind the main door listening, but not in the compound. She is here. Leave her alone. And Adia, all of you get ready. I really want us to discover ourselves. I want to challenge you a little bit and for you to find things that you are really good at that you all pretend you are not good at. But join me, Ethel. God bless you. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Bye.
Thank you, sis. What's happening to the network? Is sound back? And I think so I've worked out what it is. It's a guest free platform this one. And I am not sound, you know. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Adia, where are you running to? Come back here. Folks, can you hear me? Mr. Ramo, give me a sound check. It's back. So it's a guest banner or part. I have to mute and unmute and mute myself. And then I'll be fine. We are back. Okay. I was wrapping up. I was thanking you guys for watching. I am so looking forward to watching misbehaving on your program. I will not be on this one. I would be on Auntie Dakua's program. She's the moderator and I will be the misbehavior. I still can't believe you found a church people who are brave enough to invite me to their program. I am such a high risk guest. It's not even funny. Mene Auntie Dakwa, I will shoot it to my page, but please, if you can support it, come watch, come support, come encourage and invite other people to come. I promise you we will talk about God, but we will also talk about people because God is people. What you do for your neighbor is what you do for God. So to talk about God, we have to talk about ourselves. And when it's family time, we will talk about family. I still don't know what Auntie Dakwa wants to discuss. You and I will both find it out at the same time tomorrow. So please watch out, check things out, come join us, and let's do not very religious stuff tomorrow. And I am some of you have stayed. And I say, I can't believe you are still here. Some of you have stayed all the way through. I am so grateful. Adia, don't even waste your time. There is nowhere to live. I know where you live. I know where your parents live. I know where your children live. It is too late. Sorry. If I want to find you, I can find you so easily. Na makope baby achia no mpene oba de ma hokwanya ochina yebesi ehia, and I've got a few interesting things to show you that I have been learning on my Facebook page ochina. Good night. Oh, don't waste your time. There's nowhere for him to hide. Bye-bye. God bless you all. I am so grateful. Adia. Medase.